Welcome to the Python for RevOps crash course taught by me, Tyron Pretorius, where the overarching goal is to get you comfortable writing Python code using a large language model such as Claude, ChatGPT, or Gemini as your AI coding partner. We're going to start things off nice and easy by running our first Python script in a free coding environment called PyCharm. We're then going to go through the basics of GitHub and why you'd want to use GitHub for things like version control and collaboration. Then we're going to stand on the shoulders of giants and reuse the code that others before us have written by bringing libraries into our Python scripts and installing these libraries in virtual environments. We're then going to debug and test our code in lesson number 4 using the help of our AI coding partner. Then when the code is ready for production, we're going to deploy that code using a platform called Replit. Then finally, in lesson number 6, we're going to see how we can use platforms like Claude Desktop and Cursor in order to supercharge how we write, test, push to GitHub, and deploy our code. So why should you listen to anything I have to say about Python or even revenue operations? Well, let's start first with Python. I've been programming for over 12 years now. I first learned it in my first year of college, where we had an introduction to C++. And then in my third year of college, I taught myself how to learn Python by doing a crash course over a weekend. And then fast forward to 6 years ago, I joined Telnex. First of all, as a marketing operations admin for Marketo. And then over the years, I've gotten more and more experience using Python in different use cases. And in particular, in the past year and a half, I've been exclusively writing Python code and making API requests to help build an AI salesperson at my company. So I've gotten plenty of experience with Python programming in the past year and a half. And I've got plenty of experience with revenue operations use cases and how to apply Python to automate and streamline a lot of different workflows. Now you know a bit more about me, and now that you know what the course is about, let's take a look at how you can log in and register for the course. So we're going to go to Python for RevOps in the top right-hand corner here. And then you have the option to either log in, or if you've never registered for the course before, then you can fill out your email, and if you want to, tell me how you heard about this course, and you can register. So I'm going to log in here and then pause the video while I do that. Once you're logged in, click on Lessons, go to Python for RevOps, and then scroll down to the Lessons section, and then click on the Python for RevOps crash course. And then this is where the video I'm recording now will go. And then we can see we've just got a brief course summary, some lesson resources, and some information about how to unlock your certificate. And I'll show you what this looks like towards the end of the video. And then we can see all the lessons that are associated with this course. And then each lesson has its own quiz. So let's take a look at what a lesson looks like. Each lesson has the exact same structure where there's a video at the start, there's a lesson summary, and then there's lesson resources down here which are referenced within the video, and then we've got the quiz down the very bottom. So let's take a quiz to see what this looks like. And then once you complete the quiz, you'll then have access to go to the next lesson by clicking this button. And then we can see that the structure is the exact same as before. These lessons are meant to be completed in sequential order. So if we try and access a lesson in the future, we'll get this error message here because we need to go back and complete all the previous quizzes before we can access this lesson. The quizzes are pretty straightforward once you've watched the videos associated with the lesson. And the intention here is just to make sure that you've watched the videos. I'm not trying to catch anyone out or make it very difficult to progress through the course. I just want to make sure that you paid attention and that you're worthy of the coveted Python for RevOps crash course certificate. And as a member of the Workflow Pro Python for RevOps community, you'll get access to this Slack channel where you can communicate with other people who have taken the course and ask them any questions you might have about the course or Python or revenue operations in general. And you will, of course, get access to me, so you can send me a DM if you have any questions about the course, or even after you graduate, if you have any questions about Python or RevOps in general, you can always feel free to ask me. Now that you know what the Python for RevOps crash course is all about and how it will be able to empower you in your RevOps career, let's get started with lesson number 1.